Femi Olaniran. So today I just want to share with you how to pick a product to sell. Many of the things that we sell online, a lot of people want to sell what they're actually selling right now and they want to take it online, which is fine. That is if you have a product that you are very sure, you are very certain that is going to sell online. Most of the time, my own way of picking a product to sell is actually researching for what people are actually going and looking for online. Because think about it, you want to sell to people who are online, and definitely the first thing you should do is to check what they really want to buy. You need to find customers, what customers are searching for on places like Google to see the kind of product that is trending. Or if you have a product in mind, you can actually go online and check for searches of people on that product, check for updates about that product, check for uses, check for testimonials. Testimonials can be a game changer for you when you're actually selling online. So check for testimonial about the product that you want to sell. And if you're coming up with your own unique product, then you want to actually try it out with some of your family members, your friends, get a few testimonials before going online, because these are the things that you're going to use to convince buyers to actually use to learn online. Aside that, if you're actually looking for products online, then you have to actually use tools like Google to check for what people are looking for, especially your customers. Also, you have to look for products that actually solve a problem. You have to be customer focused. It's not about you, it's not about what you want to sell, it's about what people want to buy. Let's talk about product pricing. Now, if you're selling a product that you're producing yourself, then the law of demand, supply, and cost of production can actually determine your pricing. But if you're selling a product that you're shipping or you're shipping from another country, or you're selling a network marketing product, then you have a lot of work to do. Do you know why? You have a lot of competitors that are competing with pricing with you. Most of the time, there's always a benchmark pricing that people would sell that particular product. But after a while, you will notice that you will see some people who are just ready to crash the market with different form of pricing. Now, how do you escape the notion of pricing? Rather, the first thing you need to do is what I call product bundling. You need to look for ways to actually serve your customers that now renders the price of that entity, that particular product, irrelevant. And what do? You can actually add free guides, you can add consultation, you can add anything that makes your package much more important than just the product, so that when people see that you are offering a value that is beyond just buying a product from you, they are going to stick with you regardless of the amount you're charging for that product. Take for instance, if someone is buying a product from you and the person needs a guide to actually use that product for the product to be effective, then that means that if the person go ahead to buy the product elsewhere without your guide, it might not work it might not get the results that the person is desiring. So, how to handle customer complaints and the biases they will have when they want to buy your product. They are not seeing you, they cannot come to your shop. Most of the time, they are seeing you online. So they will want to actually ask you some questions like, how long will it take for me to see results? Or does it even work? Now, these are the things that you need to actually put in your communication before you actually make the sale. You need to let people know the duration at which they are going to begin to see results. And you also have to understand that people are different, and the time that it will take for one person to see results will be very, very different from what another person will take to get the same results. So as much as possible, you will need to be able to communicate these instances with your customers, so that you don't fall short of the fact that people will try your product at the first time, they won't get results, and they will discredit your product. So as much as possible, you need to communicate rightly with people on the deliverables that your product can actually give, and at the time, the duration at which it's going to give it. So you can always have a time period, a frame of mind that, okay, within 2 or 3 months, you're going to get certain results, or within 1 month, you should start seeing results. There are ways you can communicate into the fears of people and still encourage them to actually buy. Okay, let's talk about payment. Is it payment on delivery or payment before delivery? Now, because she's just selling online, a lot of people are going to have trust issues, especially Nigerians. Nigerians don't like giving their money out to anybody online, because one person or the other have been scammed, or they've heard of situation where people have scammed them of their money. So they won't trust to pay you before they actually get their goods. Of course, everybody know e-commerce. Normally, people are supposed to make payment before delivery. They pay you first before you deliver your product to them. So if you are able to structure your business in such a way that you are able to develop a bit of trust with people so that they can give you money first before you deliver your product, and they are sure that you're going to deliver on whatever it is they're paying for, then that's fantastic. But most of the time, it doesn't work that way. Now, for you to scale faster, most of the time you might need to actually do pay on delivery, because with pay on delivery, you would have scaled through you will have break the barrier that the customer have based on trust. They know they are going to see the product before they pay, and they will be confident enough to say, okay, go ahead and send. But there are a lot of limitations that comes with this. Number one, your cost is increased. Look at the situation where you send the product and the person does not, eventually go through the sales process. A lot of people would ask you to send products, and when it comes to the time for them to pay for the product, they will come up with excuses. So the first thing you want to ascertain that they have the money to pay for the product. Another thing is that it's going to also increase your delivery fee, because most of the time it's important that you send someone to go and collect that money for you. You want to use a delivery agent or a delivery service or a bike man that helps you deliver and also collect the cash or ensure that they transfer the money to you. But I will just say this: it is important that you have a system in place that will actually help you get cash on delivery if you intend to use that model. But from my own experience, I think pay on delivery actually breaks the barrier, the trust barrier. But if you can, make sure you develop a lot of trust, a level of trust with your customers, so that they are able to pay you before you send your products to them. But in places where you have to go to, outside the states, outside the country, or then you need to actually look at the cost of your business and how much it's costing you to actually take this product to the destination before venturing into such endeavor. If you can stick towards payment before delivery, but if not, ensure you have a delivery service, ensure you have a system in place.